position with any props that give you some support. You can start laying down, whatever you're feeling whenever you're doing this. And just take a moment to come into whatever space it is that you're using and get a little bit grounded. Oh, hi. And it wouldn't be yoga if Mojo wasn't here showing you her butt. So if you're seated, ground down to the sitting bones. If you're laying, feel the weight of the body against the floor. Just stacking the spine up one bone at a time. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears, down the back, reach up through the crown of the head. You can let the eyes close or take the gaze softly off the tip of the nose. The next inhale, start to deepen the breath. From the belly, rib cage up to the collarbones. And exhale, collarbones, rib cage, and the belly. And inhale from the bottom, going all the way up to the top. And exhale from the top, all the way down to the bottom. Taking a few more rounds of breath like this, making each a little longer, a little fuller than the one before. Just notice whatever's coming up, the areas in the body that are talking to you that need a little extra attention today. Anything else that's on your mind. So notice it, acknowledge it, and bring the focus back to the breath. At the top of the next inhale, fill completely and hold it for a moment, really allowing the collarbones to spread. And exhale it all out, using the belly, press out that last bit of air. Let the breath come back to a natural rhythm, in and out through the nose. You can go back to that breath at any point during our practice. Just find your level of effort and ease. So if you're not already in a seated position, come up to seated. With the next exhale, drop the chin to chest. And inhale, roll the right ear over to the right shoulder, pausing there. And the shoulders be heavy, finding some length in the side of the neck. And exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Pausing there. Exhale, drop the chin to chest. Inhale, right ear to right shoulder. And continue circling the head and neck all the way around. Make some nice big circles with the nose. And whatever speed feels best. You can stop and pause any of those sticky spots. Work a little bit back and forth. And go the other way. Bring it up to center. Give the shoulders a couple big rolls. Draw them up towards the ears. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and pull them down in the back. And roll them back a couple times and roll them forward. And the arms move a little bit. And then take the hands to the legs and do some big circles with the torso. One direction and the other. And bring it to center. As you inhale, draw the shoulders back, lift the gaze, lift the chest. And exhale, drop the chin, round the shoulders, pull the belly button back. Inhale, draw the belly forward, lift the gaze. And exhale to curl it back. Keep going, matching the rhythm of your own breath. Maybe nice and slow, just articulating all the little bones in the spine, all the way from the tailbone up to the crown of the head. You can find a little side-to-side movement, or maybe join this up with those circles and really draw the chest forward and pull the belly back as you circle. Just adding a movement. And then bring it to center. Inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. And pause and reach up through one side and then the other. Find a little extra length. And exhale, right hand down. Reach up and over to the right. Anchoring into the left sitting bone. Just find some space between the hips and the rib cage. And take another breath there. This is gonna be fun. Okay. Hang on. Hi, Jen. There's something I forgot to do. Yay for technology. Okay, we're back. Thanks for your patience, friends. So you're on the right side. Now inhale both arms up to center. Then exhale the left hand down, reach up and over to the left. Get to that other side. Anchoring into the right sitting bone. And maybe rolling that shoulder up to the sky, down towards the floor a little bit. And all those little micro movements that feel good. And inhale it up to center. As you exhale, twist to the right. So right hand comes to the floor behind you, left hand comes across. Take a breath in to sit up nice and tall, and exhale, deepen or twist to the right, any amount. So turning the belly first, and the chest, roll the back shoulder open. Starting gently, using some gentle leverage from the arms, but also just the movement of the breath to get you around. And then keep the left leg where it is. Inhale that right arm up and over, reaching diagonally. And then exhale it back behind you. Follow the fingertips with your gaze. Twice more. Inhale, reach it up and over. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, reach over. And exhale it back. Good times. So you inhale, circle to center. And exhale, twist to the left. As that left hand comes to the floor behind you, right hand comes across. Breath in to sit up tall, and exhale, deepening the twist any amount. So anchoring into both sitting bones, reaching up through the crown of the head.
What are you talking about?
And rotating around, nice long spine. Then keeping that right hand where it is. Inhale the left arm up overhead, reaching diagonally. And then exhale, sweep it back behind you. Follow the fingertips with your gaze. Twice more. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, up and over. And exhale it back. Good. Inhale brings you to center. Then either take the hands to the floor behind you or interlace the fingers behind your back. As you inhale, draw the shoulder blades together, squeeze the elbows, lift the chest. If you're on the hands, you can kind of lean back, find some extra stretch into the wrists. If the fingers are interlaced, you can draw the knuckles back and down away. There's going to be some opening in the chest, spreading the collarbones. Maybe a little more movement in the head and neck. Seeing how all those things are connected. And then bring it up to center. As you exhale, fold forward any amount. So feel free to adjust the legs so it's more comfortable. And find some side to side movement. You can walk the hands from one side to the other. Maybe reaching far out in front of you or pressing into the hands and back into the hips. This is not my morning for technology, so take another breath or two here. Okay, fun times this morning. So from here, we're going to move to child's pose. You can roll forward over the legs or swing them around to the side. You can shift the hips back towards the heels, maybe stack heels or hips over knees, depending on how you're built. And making sure the knees are a comfortable distance apart so you can release the belly down. Walk the hands out in front of you. And add some side to side movement. Start to wake up the hands, spread the fingers, make fists a couple times. Give them a roll one way and the other. And come to center and take a nice big breath into the back of the body, really spreading the ribs, the shoulder blades. And let it all out. And from here, coming up onto all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Feel free to add any padding under the knees or props under the wrists to adjust the load. So next inhale, lift the tail, lift the chest and the gaze. And exhale, tuck the tail, round the spine, drop the head. Inhale, chest slides forward for cow. And exhale, arching up into cat, really press the floor away. Another couple rounds of breath here, moving at your own pace. And again, just articulating each of those little bones, maybe some side to side movement or pausing in one extreme or the other. Good, bring it to center. And we're going to stabilize, so hugging the low ribs in. We're going to float the right leg up and back. So keeping the knee bent at a 90-degree angle, flexing the foot like you're putting their foot up onto the ceiling. And then keeping the hips nice and stable, the spine stable. Start to draw some big circles with the knee out to the side, draw it towards the chest, and then kick it up and back. So we're just exploring the mobility in the hip whenever it is you're doing this. Going nice and slow, moving with smooth control. And the next time you're up and back, reverse direction. So draw the knee in towards the chest, pull it out towards the side like a dog at a fire hydrant, and spin the foot up towards the sky. So all those directions. Extend the foot out, toes to the mat, and cross it behind you to the left. Take a look over the left shoulder. Just find a big side stretch. And then swing it all the way out to the right side. So side of the foot can find the floor. Take a round or two in cat-cow with the hips and the leg in this new position. And then your choice, you can walk the hands over towards the toes, keep the hips lifted or drop them back. A little spider person, ninja type position. Bring it to center, draw that knee underneath you. Take a round of cat-cow. Check in with how everything's feeling, and then we'll do the other side. So, shifting the weight in towards that right knee, keeping the spine and the hips nice and stable. Float the left leg up and back with the knee bent and the ankle flexed. Good. So from here, spinning the knee out to the side like you're a dog at a fire hydrant, circling it around the chest, and kicking it up and back behind you. Couple more big circles like this, or maybe they're small circles. Just noticing any noises or catching or resistance as you're moving. And really trying to isolate that movement in the hip. Next time the foot's up and back, reverse direction. So draw the knee in towards the chest. Sweep it out to the side and up and back behind you. A couple big circles this way. Then reach that leg out long behind you, toes to the mat. Cross it behind you to the right. Take a look over the right shoulder. Big side stretch. And then sweep it out to the side, to the left side of the foot finds the floor. And just a couple cat-cow. See how things feel here. You can keep it in center or walk the fingertips towards the toes. Keep the hips lifted or draw them back. Getting a big old ninja spider person type shape. And then walking it around to center. So if downward dog is your jam, you can adjust your clothes and head that direction. If not, you can stay working in all fours. If you're going to downward dog, spread the fingers, tuck the toes, and press the hips up and back. So in down dog, pedaling the heels, pressing one heel towards the floor and then the other. If you're in all fours, you can stretch one leg out behind you and then the other. Shift the hips a little side to side. And then in down dog, really spreading the fingers. Come up onto the toes, deeply bend the knees, really press the belly back towards the thighs. Find some extra length in the spine. And then reaching through the heels. Finding that length in the back body. And then from here, inhale, float the right leg up and back. And bend the knee, open up the hip. So weight's even in both hands. You can do this on all fours. Some of those circles that we did earlier. In down dog, you can do some of those big circles if that feels good. Then inhale to square it off. And exhale, step the foot forward, release the back knee down for a low lunge. Good, so take a breath in, fingertips to the mat, lifting the chest. And exhale, press the hips back, straightening the front leg. Twice more, moving between these two, moving with the breath. Exhale it back. Inhale forward, and exhale back. Next time you come forward, pause. Keep the left fingertips down. Inhale the right arm up to the sky, finding a twist to the right. Great place to add a block or step stool under that bottom hand to add a little bit of lift. As you exhale, sweep that top hand back towards the hip. And then inhale to reach it forward. Exhale, draw it back. Follow the fingertips with the gaze. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale it back. And inhale forward and pause, maybe reaching the arm up to the sky or wrap it around the low back. And unwind on an exhale, press the hips back to your half split. Pause here for a moment. Drawing back with the right hip, finding a stretch in the back of the leg. And bending into the front knee, we'll step the front foot back, finding either all fours, child's pose, or downward dog. It's your practice, it's your choice, finding what works for you today. So next inhale, floating the left leg up and back. And exhale to bend the knee, opening up the hip. And this can be done in all fours. You can do some of those big circles with the knee, going both directions. Then inhale to square it off. And exhale, step the left foot forward, release the back knee down for a low lunge. Take a breath in, lift the chest, fingertips to the mat. And exhale, shift the hips back, straighten the front leg. Twice more, inhale forward to your low lunge, lift the chest. Exhale it back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Once more, inhale forward and pause. Keeping the right hand down, reach the left arm up to the sky, finding a twist. So staying connected to the full sole of that front foot. Exhale that top hand back towards the hip. And inhale to reach it up and overhead. Twice more, exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale it back. And inhale to reach and then pause, finding a good place to breathe. Maybe that's reaching up, maybe bend the elbow, wrap it around the low back. Wrapping the hand around the low back. And then exhale, release the hand down, shift the hips back, find your half split. So drawing back with the left hip this time, find that stretch in the back of the leg. Another breath here. And inhale, shift forward, plant the hands. And exhale, step that front foot back, finding child's pose, all fours, or down dog. And just moving around, maybe cat-cow, maybe shifting the hips side to side. And then we'll all meet in child's pose. So maybe this one take a little more support, taking a blanket or dog towel behind the knees, or adding some padding under the foreheads, maybe stacking the hands. Arms can wrap around your sides. Using the hands to help you up, shift the hips to the side, swing the legs out around in front of you. Good, pulling the love away from the sit bones. Point and flex the ankles a couple times, drawing some circles. Taking a moment in staff pose, backs of the legs connect into the floor, toes pull back towards the nose, and reaching up through the crown of the head, sitting up tall. Good, inhale, reach both arms up. And exhale, fold forward, reaching the hands. Good, and then here we'll find that wave-like movement in the spine. So as you inhale, really lengthen the spine. And exhale, release forward. Twice more, inhale to lengthen and reach through the crown of the head. Exhale to fold and release. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold and pause. So maybe here you take the legs a little bit wider to make some space, keeping the shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Just some breath here. We find that connection between the hamstrings and the low back. And then inhale to roll yourself up. Good, bending the right leg. And we'll just take the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left leg. You can add padding underneath the right knee if you like. Take a breath in. As you exhale, fold forward any amount. Maybe stillness, maybe some more of that wave-like movement in the spine. And inhale it up. And we'll switch sides. So extending the right leg out, bending the left knee, left sole of the foot to the inside of the right leg. Breath in to sit up tall. And exhale, folding forward. So keeping the right toes active, pulling back towards the nose. The spine's nice and long, so think about melting the belly towards the thigh. Inhale it up. This time bend both knees, bring the soles of the feet together. Breath in to sit up tall, and exhale, fold forward. So here you can find some side to side movement, getting into the hips a little bit. And then just releasing it down. So your choice, you can stay with the spine nice and long, or maybe shift the feet forward and allow the forehead to round down, just letting the shoulders be heavy, letting the spine round. Whichever version feels best for you today. Inhale it up, draw the knees together. From here, move all the way down to the floor. So however you want to get there. When you get there, go ahead, draw the knees into the chest, rubbing behind the thighs or the front of the shins. Moving a little side to side. And take the feet to the mat, arms out to a T. Breath in, and as you exhale, drop the knees to the right, finding a twist. So gaze can go off to the left. And whatever version of a twist here, maybe you stack the legs, you can intensify it by drawing the knees up towards the armpit. And keep the feet nice and wide and staggered. Just let everything be heavy here, letting breath and the gravity work for you. Inhale up to center, and exhale to the other side. Maybe finding the same shape or something different, just finding a twist that serves you. That left hand can come down the top leg, adding a little traction across the body. And bring it up to center. And just take a moment, any last movements or adjustments before finding some stillness in Shavasana. Maybe hugging the knees into the chest, giving them a couple circles, maybe a bridge pose, or reaching the feet up to the sky. And for Shavasana, you can extend the legs long, maybe take some constructive rest with the feet mat width, allowing the knees to fall in and support each other. Or maybe cobbler's pose with the knees wide and the soles of the feet together. So just find wherever you want to be. Bring the focus back to the breath, letting the body be nice and heavy. And taking a few more moments here. it's your practice. You can stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, slowly start to deepen the breath. Find some movement in the fingers and toes, hands and feet. Extend the arms overhead, take a big full body stretch. And bend the knees, roll to your favorite side. Pause for a moment. Pressing yourself up, finding a comfortable seated position. Anchoring down to the sitting bones, stacking the spine up, one bone at a time. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears, down the back, reaching up to the crown of the head. You can have the palms down on your legs or even the floor for grounding, or up for sharing and receiving. Together we'll take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. I invite you to bring your hands together in front of the heart. May our thoughts, words, and actions support the health, happiness, and freedom of all beings. Thank you for your presence and your practice. Enjoy the rest of your day.